Hello everyone and welcome to Devils United. This is the weekly transfer news. Hello everyone and welcome back to Devils United. With me today I've got Reece, I've got Rich and I've got Nippon. How are we all today?
Good, thanks.
I'm alright, thank you.
Good. Everyone who is watching, please hit the like and subscribe button. I'm on the road for 400 subscribers. I can see in the chat already there is Niall, there's Brad, there's Jordan, there's Chris as well. So just want to say hello to you all, and my queen is in the chat too. So we'll start with the latest Man United transfer news, and I thought I'd go with the person who is on the thumbnail, Rudiger to Manchester United. Rudiger is on a free in the summer, but rumours are suggesting that we are going to look at getting Rudiger in this window just so Chelsea can make something out of Rudiger. Reece, do you think we're going to get Rudiger at all, or what do you think the news is on that?
I like Rudiger. He's a quality centre-back, commanding, good in the ball, aggressive, but I don't see it happening at all. I think he's going to Real Madrid. I think he'll end up in Spain, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking maybe Bayern Munich might go. Yeah, I can hear you, Nippon. Yeah, I thought that he might potentially go to Bayern Munich. There was another shout where he could be going to. What about you, Rich? Do you think Rudiger could be somewhere Manchester United will go to?
No chance. You wouldn't want to make your rivals stronger, and I don't think Chelsea would want to do that, to be honest. Funny enough, Rudiger gets a lot of stick, and I think he's great. He's quality. He's a very good centre back, you know. So now I agree with Reece. I reckon he'll go abroad because Chelsea will definitely won't want to lose him on a free. So I reckon he'll go abroad.
Nippon, because I know Rudiger is currently at Chelsea as it stands. Do you have any updates about Rudiger? Is he come to Manchester United? Is he signing a pre-contract elsewhere? I think Nippon's crashed, hasn't it? Never mind.
From Freesville is Nippon.
Nippon has Nippon.
Nippon has left the building, everybody. But Rich, have you got anyone linked to Crystal Palace in this window?
There's only at the moment the striker from Roma, Boyara, who was ex-Real Madrid. We're trying to go in for him. Nothing at the minute, but there were links to Dean Henderson about a month ago. That's obviously gone quiet. I think they threw in Tony Marshall as well at one point. That's gone quiet. But in all honesty, I don't think we need another forward right now. I think we need some centre-back covers and cover at the full-back positions as well. We lost Henderson, and it just told now. Tompkins has done brilliant for us, to be fair to him. He's done wicked since he's come in, considering his age, considering the new style of play. But we can't be losing someone with the technical ability as Anderson and not replacing him with like for like. So yeah, it's been quiet on our front, but quiet is good. Quiet means it's good. Hopefully we can make some signings in silence.
You mentioned about Dean Henderson. He's currently linked to Ajax as it stands. If, for example, Dean Henderson was to come, would you have been happy to go with Dean Henderson?
Absolutely. Like I said, the way we're playing football now, Gates is a good shot stopper.
That's better. Before I was using this. a very
okay.
old iPhone, so it was too much for it to program.
You're just like Chelsea, stuck in the past.
Besides, look, my team up north are doing really well, though. To be fair, big up Rangers.
Fair shot. But yeah, what I was saying on Dean Henderson, yeah, Guys has been doing well, but he's not really a ball playing goalkeeper, which sounds mad for that position. But to play out from the back, we need to have a goalkeeper that can actually have good distribution, and Dean Henderson has that. So obviously, if you're gonna have to choose between Ajax and Palace, you're most likely gonna choose Ajax. Now, I heard a theory on this, which was pretty interesting actually, that Rangnick wants him to go to Ajax, so Ten Hag has a good look at him, with the thought process that Ten Hag, if he's the Manchester United manager next year, he can make a decision on who he wants as number one, which I thought
4D chest.
That is actually mad smart.
It is very smart if the rumours are actually true. What do you think about Dean Henderson going to Ajax, Reece? Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think that's good for his development?
If we can get ahead of Andre Onana, who's back next month, I think it'd be a decent move for him. He's still playing in Europe. He could challenge Onana for the competition. And yeah, we do, because he's better than fucking Maguire.
We do need another centre back at least. Someone to go alongside Varane. I like Lindelof, but Lindelof isn't going to be 100% fit always, so we do need that extra centre back.
But in terms of Henderson Ajax, it does make a bit of sense. So he can go, he can enjoy himself. Now we don't have to hear the Henderson stands cry, piss and moan about him not getting games.
Yeah. For me, I actually think it's a really good idea for Dean Henderson to actually go to Ajax, because with Ajax as well, they are about developing people, and with Dean Henderson not getting a lot of at Manchester United, he's not getting a lot of game time at the moment with how De Gea is on form right now. So I think if he goes to Ajax, get some game time, go with Ten Hag, I think he'll do a season-long loan, just so he covers all the way up to the World Cup, and then he's got more that guaranteed spot into getting to the World Cup, because I think as it stands, I don't think he's got any chance whatsoever in getting to the World Cup right now.
Not even his third choice.
Vibes as SC has said Maguire.
Maguire shit. Maguire shit.
What's he smoking? I know we're Vibes. I know we're shit. I know we're shit right now, but come on.
Rudiger's better than Maguire. Rudiger's miles better than Maguire.
Don't listen, Reece. Don't bite. Vibes is trolling.
Oh, I know.
That's a real good shout, Rich. I am definitely looking at getting Dan on my channel soon, so we'll definitely look at getting Dan on this channel, on this stream, in the near future, and as well, of course, when the Burnley comes up, because I think they're playing in a couple of weeks' time too.
Can I make one suggestion?
Yeah.
Nippon, can you put some socks on, please? Comfortable position, obviously, like chilling his yard, but please put some socks on. I don't want to see feet.
Nippon's left to get his socks. So
stand your ground, Nippon.
Jesus Christ. Nah.
Nippon, whilst you're putting
Andrew straight away up on the internet.
Nippon, whilst you are putting your socks on, would you like to tell me about Rudiger as he signed a pre-contract elsewhere, minus Man United? What do you think's going on in terms of that?
Look, he's going to be a big loss for us if he leaves, but I have 100% faith in the board that we will get a good enough replacement for him.
Kunde.
Bingo.
Rudiger will go to Real Madrid, and then Kunde will join Chelsea. Just what I've seen articles and stuff. I've seen articles saying Rudiger's had a verbal agreement to Real Madrid, but we all know what happened the last time that we all know what happened the last time a verbal agreement was agreed with Real Madrid and a certain footballer ended up joining Man United.
Nippon, are you linked to any midfielders by any chance? Because we kind of want to keep Conor Gallagher.
Nah.
I hope he stays at you lot.
Why? So that he goes to you guys in the future?
We'll take him on another year loan. We will take him on another year loan.
I think Conor Gallagher, like, no disrespect to him as a player, I think if he wants to continue developing, getting first team football, he ain't going to get it at Chelsea. He should stick with the likes of Palace and let him continue to develop. So it's what Wilfred Zaha did wrong. He was doing well at Palace, and then he decided, I'm good enough, I'm going to go to Man United. Things didn't go his way, including personal issues. He didn't get game time, and he was fucked off back to Palace, and he's been thriving. So I think realistically, Gallagher should do the smart thing.
Mm-hmm. I think Conor Gallagher's done absolutely amazing at Crystal Palace. His goals, his assists, getting into the England first team as well. It's an absolute achievement for him, and I think he is probably better off being at Crystal Palace at this moment in time.
Gilmore's the same.
I think Conor Gallagher will be I think I can see him doing well in the Bundesliga for a team like RB Leipzig or Borussia Dortmund.
Do you want to read this comment, Nippon? Rudiger, without the back three system, is the German Joel.
No, man, I'm dead. I'm done out here. I'm done now.
Nippon has left the building again.
He's away to find he's had his socks, now he's away to find his slippers.
And now I've got a question for you, Nippon. How are your socks smelling?
Okay, can we get back to football? I don't want to talk about. Honestly, Niall, I don't know.
Well, you should know. You put them on your feet.
Just want to say hello to Sol from Ladies in Red. Thank you for tuning in. She was on my channel several days ago. I've been on Ladies in Red before as well. Absolute brilliant channel. Everyone go and subscribe to Ladies in Red.
Yeah,
Sophie.
Should we go on to the net? Oh, and here's another point here. Phil Jones was the next Duncan Edwards. Don't disrespect.
He was never going to be.
Who's Duncan Edwards?
Duncan Edwards was one of the best centre-backs who could have been one of the best centre-backs ever in Manchester United, but he passed away due to the Munich disaster.
Not just centre-back, just a complete player. He could play every position.
What? Even up front?
Mm-hmm. The Colossus for a reason.
Let's go on to the next person who could be potentially leaving, Anthony Martial. There's a number of teams where he is linked to, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Barcelona, you name it. But his agents come out and said that he is wanting to leave Manchester United. He's come out and said it all over the news. Nippon, where do you think Martial's going to end up?
PSG.
PSG, that's interesting. What about you, Rich? Where do you think Martial's going to end up?
I don't know. I don't agree with PSG only because he'll just end up going to sit on another bench.
No. Mbappe's going to move to Real Madrid. PSG will need a replacement for him.
In January?
He'll be leaving in the summer. He'll be leaving in the summer, Mbappe, but Martial has said that he wants to leave in this window coming up.
Yeah. I mean, to think that you got Palace and Newcastle and then you got Barcelona, we're a big club now. Palace are a big club. I think Barcelona. If it's out of those three teams, I think it'll be Barcelona.
It's good how you mentioned Barcelona because Edinson Cavani is also linked to Barcelona and they're looking at doing a swap deal. So Martial and Cavani swap deal with Frankie de Jong. Would you take that, Reece?
100%. I absolutely adore Cavani. Martial, he's a good player, but he's not consistent. Frankie de Jong fills a position we actually need to strengthen. So 2 for the price of 1. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Niall thinks he might be going to Arsenal as well. So I don't think, though, he will go to Arsenal, especially with his wife coming out several years ago saying he wants to go to Real Madrid. So I think if he does want to go anywhere, it will be somewhere abroad. I think it'll probably be the Spanish league he probably will end up at, if that's going to be Barcelona or Real Madrid. But I can't see Real Madrid going for him, to be honest, especially if they are going to go for the likes of Mbappe.
I think he ends up in Italy. I think he'll end up in Italy, though.
Where do you think he'll end up in Italy?
Inter Milan.
No. They always cheat the system. You'll go to Juventus somehow. Trust me, they'll cheat the system.
They're struggling as well.
Yeah,
but who will he bench? Who will he bench?
But they play a 4-4-2, so we'll see what happens.
He's better than Morata, though.
Yeah, he's much better. He's much better than Morata.
Yeah, he is.
Then again, so is 8 hours sleep. 8 hours sleep is better than Alvaro Morata.
So am I. So are you. So is Maisy.
But yeah, I've only played striker. I've only played striker once. I scored a hat trick.
Is Werner better than Morata?
Yes.
Yeah.
In terms of his goal scoring ability.
Yes. As shit as he's been for us this season, I think he is better than Alvaro Morata.
Okay.
Morata has.
I think. Who would you say?
Has what I call the golden spell. Morata has what I like to call the golden spell. He disappears for 6 months, and then, as you know, a competition's coming in like a Euros or a World Cup. He pops up and he has like 10 goals in his last 15 games, and then he gets picked for the Spain squad. That's Alvaro Morata for you.
Alvaro. I think Spain could win the World Cup. Speaking of that,
If they take Morata, then they won't win it.
Nah, then they have Moreno, who I rate much more highly than Morata.
He's a good player. I like Moreno, to be honest, even though he ruined my summer.
We'll go on to the next player who is
he ruined your summer twice.
Don't.
A, by winning the Europa League.
Don't.
And then B, by letting us win the Super Cup.
Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, Maisy, don't cough on that one.
I think it's a bit tense right now, so let's move on to the next one, who is also on my picture, which was Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips is another one who Ragnick has said that he wants Calvin Phillips to be closely monitored. So that is a good sign. For me, I would really like to have Calvin Phillips. I think he's a real good CDM. And I know people prefer Declan Rice, but Calvin Phillips is a much cheaper option. He's got Premier League proven. He can be in a double pivot as well as on his own as a CDM. And I think he's very strong on the ball as well. But the only problem with Calvin Phillips, he is pretty injury prone. Rich, do you see at all Calvin Phillips coming to United?
I mean, you've got Scott McTominay, so right now anyone could really come in and fill that role. No, but Calvin Phillips had a superb season last season, including obviously starting multiple games in the Euros. And he didn't look out of place there too either. So it will be a good signing for you. And I think you're also closely monitoring the keeper as well. Meslier? I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. So
yeah, Meslier. I've heard rumours about that, but I really can't see Meslier happening, to be honest.
Do you see Meslier as France's future number one?
No.
Lafont and Mike Magnan for me. Magnan should be their number one. It was good. I've actually got a blocked throat. That's why I sound like deaf.
Reece, what do you think about Calvin Phillips? Would you have Calvin Phillips? Do you think he's going to stay at United? Do you think he's going to come to United?
He's a decent player, but I want better.
So what better would you have then? Who's available right now to get in this window?
Yuri Tillemans.
No.
I don't want Tielemans. I need more of a CDM option, unless, of course, we lose both Pogba and Donny van de Beek.
I'd go straight to AC Milan and sign Franck Kessie.
Kessie would be definitely a good shout. How much do you think AC Milan would take for Kessie, though? I'm sure probably a lot more.
His contract's up in the summer. He's not signed an extension.
Contract.
So 35, 40 million should be enough. You could, unless you're lucky, you could tempt a little bit cheaper. But that's where I would go. Phillips is a decent player, but you want better. And Declan Rice, I'm not exactly keen on, although I would have him, but I'd rather have Frank Kessie.
And what about you, Nippon? Do you think at all that Calvin Phillips might come to United?
Maybe, but if reports are to be believed, I mean, like, and what he says, I mean, like, he's a Leeds United fan.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like, he was taught to hate United and everything to do with it.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be surprised to see that happen.
We've signed players from there before, and we've sold players to them. It wouldn't surprise me if he did come, but we haven't signed a player from Leeds. We haven't signed a player from Leeds since Alan Smith. I'll be surprised if we do bring him in. I'll be very surprised.
Mm-hmm. CM22ENX has said he's a good player. I'm not sure if he'll be able to handle that kind of role at United. Feel like we need more of a mobile midfielder that can do a defensive job, but also carry the ball forwards. Would you agree with that, Reece?
Yeah, I agree. It's got to be mobile. I look at midfielders the past decade in the league. Fabinho, one of them. Kante, an obvious example. I look at Rodri. Fernandinho's probably the best CDM that I've seen in a long time. Like Kante's up there as like the best now, but Fernandinho is just unbelievable. So
Fernandinho, we've
it's
got two players
something like that.
who's got such quality CDM. Because even if you look at Liverpool, they've got Fabinho, who I think is a really good CDM as well.
We had the chance to sign him as well, and we bloody fucked up. So
You
says it
signed
all.
Fred instead.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all right. You signed Fred.
Problem is, though, with Fred, he plays as a CDM and he's a box-to-box midfielder, so he's playing completely wrong position, and that's what the problem is.
To be fair, he insults us for signing Fred, but at least we don't go and buy Danny Drinkwater for 40 million.
Yeah.
How's
But watch us sign Yuri Tillemans in the summer.
You won't get him.
How's Sol doing?
Who will get him? United?
No, I think Liverpool will get him, to be honest.
Nippon, how's Sol doing? From rumours, what I was hearing, that Chelsea are wanting to cancel Sol's loan deal because they're not happy with him. Are them rumours true?
I didn't hear any of that, but I'd be more than happy to pay for his flight back to Spain.
No,
Right.
keep him, please.
You have no right. You have no right in this, eagle-eyed.
I told you.
You're a Crystal Palace fan.
I just want Conor Gallagher to stay.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
what we'll see though.
4D
Is,
chess.
the Roma, we'll see what Nippon thinks when I tell him that Roma wants Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Why do they? He's shit though. Why does Jose want a shit player?
But why does, if that's
Well, he
the
signed
case, why does Tuchel
signed
play him?
Tammy Abraham, so you tell me. Like, Tammy Abraham's a shit striker, and now he's tearing up Serie A, so you tell me.
It's Serie A. I don't see. I take it that with a pinch of salt.
Well, to be fair, you bottled your Champions League group to the 7th place team in Serie A, so
Do you see? What's his name? Jesus, forgot it.
No, I don't. I'm not religious, so I don't really have to pay attention to Jesus.
Do you see? Oh, gee, I forgot.
Now, remember, the power of the mind is the greatest thing.
Do you see Andrea Bellotti scoring 20+ league goals in England?
Belotti, 20 in England? No, 15 at best.
What about Ciro Immobile? Do you see him as
Only
a 20-goal a season striker?
He would only score 20 a season for 2 teams. Liverpool and Man City. He wouldn't score 20 with a Man United's team. Doesn't fit him. He wouldn't score 20 for Arsenal because, well, to be fair, they just had... Exactly.
Arsenal.
And he wouldn't score 20 for Spurs because Spurs play Harry Kane. He's washed, and yet they still favour him because he's the England golden boy.
Mm-hmm. Reece, we're linked to a Leipzig player as well. if I'm correct, and we're going to due to release, pay for his release clause, 33 million. Do you want to discuss a little bit about that one?
Well, Amadou Haidara,
Yeah.
fantastic box-to-box midfielder.
Yes.
Mali international, 23, energetic, powerful. Plays central midfield, but you can also play him as a 6. But he's more of an 8.
Mm-hmm.
But he's done the business before. He was a recommendation by Ralph Rangnick because he's bought him before. He bought him when he was injured, funnily enough. Haidara thought he wouldn't get the opportunity because he was injured, and he went, "No, you're still coming." The one thing about him that's good is he's control of the ball. He is good with the ball, and he's not afraid to get stuck in. That's what I like about him. To be fair, so did we. We bottled him.
We did.
But in terms of like a midfielder, he definitely is an upgrade over several players in that position. But if we're signing Haidara, we do need a defensive midfielder as well, because he's not, even though he can play a defensive role, he's not a natural defensive midfielder. You would need to discipline him to play in that role. Play him as an 8 and he's fine. I would happily get a defensive midfielder beside him, and then you've got a very good midfield too going forward. I'd be fine with that.
If you were to get him, sorry. I was gonna ask, if you were to get him, do you think that's the end of Donny then?
100%.
Yeah. I was about to ask that question as well. Would that be the end of Donny? So you've literally took it right out my mouth.
and I reckon it'd be the end of either Scott McPasta or Fred.
I don't think it'll be Fred. I think it'll be Scott out over Fred, because I think Rangnick quite likes Fred, especially knowing with his pressing ability. And that's something what Rangnick really likes. People playing
as much as he's trying to improve as a midfielder, Scott McTominay, the one thing that really annoys me, I don't get this, is why people always use the argument, oh, ex-managers rated him, so your opinion doesn't count. But I was like, well, I watch MUFCMais, and he doesn't even get in the midfield for Scotland. It's Gilmore and John McGinn, because he can't play as a midfielder. They play him as a right centre-back. And you're telling me he's our midfield future? No thanks.
I wanted to touch on Newcastle, just because they're literally linked to every single player in the Premier League, in the Italian League, in the Spanish League, in the French League. They're literally linked to everybody over these new owners, and it's going to be a tough test now for Newcastle going forward. Rich, what kind of players do you think Newcastle need to sign so they can avoid relegation?
Where do I start?
Lingard for one would be a great shout.
Minus Callum Wilson and ASM, they need, maybe Dubravka, they need to overhaul the whole squad.
Yes.
They're in trouble. They're in big trouble. Jesse Lingard, I'll say, is a good start.
Illaramendi.
No. That's too big a risk.
What? Spain international, proven at the highest level.
The problem with Newcastle is, I think you're thinking too far deep into the project for them. You're thinking too far deep. What they need right now is players that are actually Premier League proven. And they have to actually build a team that's actually got Premier League talent and it's actually good. So
you don't think Illaramendi would be a good fit for Newcastle?
It's not that he's a good fit. It's Illaramendi on his own doesn't save them from relegation. Illaramendi would be great if they survive relegation. They look to build a team going forward. You then add him to the squad. What they need right now is like a Jesse Lingard. You could add Anthony Martial. There's talks about Aubameyang, which would be funny. Like they need.
I'm calling this now.
They need Premier League proven. What they need before you call XYZ and all the other Christmas gifts that you're not going to get. What they need is Premier League proven talent to build a team around that's actually going to stay up. If they just go and buy players from like Spain or Italy or Germany, there's no guarantee they're going to come in straight away and they're going to fit and then they're going to survive. We've seen teams do it before. We've seen QPR do it. We've seen Fulham do it, funnily enough, and that was fantastic to watch. Just because you're buying good talent from abroad doesn't mean you're guaranteed survival. If you want to survive right now, you should buy within the league, and they should start with Jesse Lingard and change that 4-4-2 because it's not going to survive.
I agree with that. I agree completely, and I think they need, if they want to stay up, they need to get the best players from the bottom half of the table. Look at Burnley, look at Watford. Sorry, but look at Crystal Palace. Look at Southampton. Look at them. Look at the teams. Look at the teams who are in the top half of the teams. Who will get loaned out of them? Because I think they will be definitely out there price range because they'll probably want to spend so much in this window. So look at loanees from the top half, from the bottom half. Look at someone who you want to buy at. Maybe Ben Mee could be a good shout for their centre back option from
I agree
Burnley.
with Brad. I think get Nathan Ake from Man City. I do agree with Niall as well about Trippier. I think Trippier as a right back would actually do them justice because I don't rate their back four, except maybe Lascelles, but he isn't enough.
You don't rate Fabian Shaw?
Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm. But just going on to Niall's comment there about Trippier, do you think that he would actually come to Newcastle knowing he was linked to Manchester United, knowing that he is in a team that has won La Liga? Do you think he would want to go to fighting relegation Newcastle?
I think as a building block for a good project, I think if they can convince it to him in the right way, he could leave. He could potentially leave Atletico, but it really does depend. If they do sign him, though, that's like 2-3 years max. They can get the best out of him. Then they can replace him with an even better option. And what they need right now is somebody who can feed balls into the box. Trippier's very good at delivering crosses, and he's been playing under Simeone the past couple of years, and he's a very brilliant tactical-minded coach that focuses on a low-block, pragmatic football. Kieran Trippier knows how to defend better than he used to, so it's a smart option. Even for a couple of years, it's something they do need.
Yeah, Rich just needs to get off, so I just want to say thank you, Rich, for coming on. Do you want to shout out your socials? Because I know that I've got a channel, haven't you?
Oh yeah, it's Eagle-Eyed Football, so predominantly Crystal Palace content. But on a Sunday night, I do speak to fans of every club, kind of like a talk sports sort of show. Just talking about the weekend results and stuff. So yeah, give us a sub or a follow on Twitter. That's Eagle-Eyed Ball, and yeah, I'm happy to come on other channels as well. It's
Brilliant.
Christmas break, school's finished, so I've got a little bit more time on my
It was great having you on, Rich. Thank you so much for coming on, and I'll definitely get you on soon in the next couple of weeks. I'm planning a Premier League preview of the season so far, so I'd love to get you on on behalf of Crystal Palace.
Yeah, just let me know. Reece, Nippon.
Good seeing you, dude.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. So we'll go on to Niall's comment here about Coutinho. Coutinho is also linked to Newcastle. Do you think that's going to happen, Nippon?
Possibly. Look, Newcastle have to do it the same way Man City do it. First, they go after the mercenaries, and then build on from there.
Yeah, I completely understand. Do you think about Coutinho? Do you think he'll end up at Newcastle as well, Reece?
As crazy as this sounds, sorry, I didn't give you my answer. Yeah, I think he could.
Do you think that's possible, Reece? Do you think Coutinho might come?
I think it'd be a bizarre move, but you could realistically build a team around him because he's still a very good creative player. He's just dog's bollocks, like everything else. I'd be very surprised if he joined them, to be honest.
What we'll do, we'll end the stream here now. I'm going to do this show weekly, so I'll be doing up-to-date transfer news, Manchester United. Then if we do get any other rival player on a team on, we will discuss their transfer options. Before we do go, though, Nippon, is there anyone linked to Chelsea? Is there one due to be leaving Chelsea?
Jules Koundé has been linked with Chelsea. And so far, the only rumoured exit is Antonio Rudiger.
So everyone else
for some strange reason, I still think he'll sign a new contract. I mean, like, as crazy as this sounds, I still think he signs a new contract.
The last thing I want to touch on is a bit of a less transfer news, but Alanga is due to sign a new contract, a new deal at Manchester United. McKenna has left Manchester United now. He has moved to Ipswich Town, and as I can see from Reece's face, he's extremely happy.
Absolutely, sayonara.
What do you think about the two things, like with Alanga and McKenna?
Well, McKenna was supposed to be the next best thing for coaching, and he hasn't really delivered for United at all. And I think now is an opportunity for him to go elsewhere and actually improve. So that's probably a better option. And for Alanga, I'm absolutely buzzed that he's signed a contract extension because I think he's got a great future, and I'm looking forward to seeing Hannibal get a first team option as well when he comes back from the Arab Cup, which he's going to win, and then he'll have more trophies than Harry Maguire, and he's 13 years younger than him.
I actually think it's such a good deal with Alanga getting this first team contract. I think it's well deserved. He's built up so much his physical strength, especially over the summer, so he looks so much stronger. And I think he's actually on better form right now than Marcus Rashford, and I think he should be getting a little bit more game time at the moment. And I'd like to see a little bit more of Alanga before this transfer window, because rumours suggest if he may potentially go out on loan. Do you think he might go out on loan, or do you think he will be kept for the end of the season?
I think he'll be kept to the end of the season, but if he does go out on loan, I think it'll be good because it gives him a chance to showcase what he's actually going to play position-wise. Is he going to play as a 9, or is he going to play as a left winger, which he's done both positions for the academy sides? Excuse me. So whichever position he goes to do, I'd be more than happy with. If he goes on loan, then so be it, but I'd rather he stuck around. Same as Amad Diallo. I hope he stays around, but it's all about game time and development. And it's all about getting him in the best position possible. So whichever decision's made, I'm happy either way. So
yeah, definitely, I agree. If he was to go on loan, though, what teams do you think could be the best option for Alanga?
Similar system to us that we're playing right now. I'd like him at Southampton. I think Southampton would suit him really well as a second striker, or playing on the left hand side of the midfield 4. I think he's more than capable of it. I think he'd be a great addition to Southampton. I think he'd be decent for Norwich, even though I can't stand them. I think Championship he'd benefit.
Who you can't stand?
Norwich.
Whatever did Norwich do?
They're a stripper club.
What do you mean?
They like to just go up and down.
What, like zoom, 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 like that?
And this is the guy that forgot his socks at the start of the show.
Is that what you meant by stripper, Reece?
I'm not gonna give you the answer.
Yeah, I don't want to get cancelled.
Well, to be cancelled. Well, to be fair, so you talk about cancelled. You came on a show with bare feet on. I don't think you should talk about cancellations anytime soon. I think you should talk about appointments to get like sock puppets.
Yeah, sock puppets. Then I can do. Then I can do some ventriloquist act.
Well, to be fair, I can just do this. Just keep watching.
Yeah, sooty, like the Sooty Show.
No, I was just doing that, and you actually spoke. So it's clear I'm the master and you're the puppet.
Yeah, just like the Glazers, they're the masters, and everyone below them is the puppet.
Speak to me.
Going back on our
I think Brighton would be a good move for him, actually. I look at what they're trying to play, and they are missing like the likes of Trossard, which is a big miss. He could play on the left-hand side for their front three, especially because they're missing Danny Welbeck. I think he could play beside Neil Maupay as a 9. Neil Maupay play him as the target man and use Alanga as moving forward. To be fair, he does make you his bitch. But I got one question for you, Nippon, because it has to be asked. What's up with the hair?
What? I'm growing it out.
In which way?
In every way.
So you're going to be the YouTube equivalent of Sideshow Bob?
Yeah. You mean David Luiz?
No, he has talent.
He's shit.
Well, he won you a Champions League, so he must be good at something.
Yeah, he had Gary Cahill next to him, but we move.
Not in that Champions League final, but there we go.
Wait,
And
did he? I'm pretty sure he started the Champions League final, Gary Cahill.
he might have done, but all I remember is
He
Chelsea
did
getting
stop
very
because
lucky.
John Terry was suspended.
Yeah, that's true. He turned up like a full kit. I know Maisy won't like the language, and obviously Robert's in the chat, but and I'll say it anyway because it's me. He still turned up like a full kit wanker that day just to lift a trophy.
Who? Oh, John Terry.
Mm-hmm. But see for your Christmas, do you want me to get you like multiple pairs of socks, or do you want me to get you ankle socks?
Oh God! Oh, seriously, Reece, let it go.
To Santiago, you actually missed out on Rich. Rich was actually on not too long ago, and he did touch on a little bit of who Crystal Palace is currently linked to, but that wasn't that many. So you can go back and have a look on that. However, I am gonna get Rich on in a couple of weeks' time as well. So if you do have any questions to Rich about transfer news, we can look at getting it sorted then as well. Niall said, Nippon, you should ask Father Christmas for clean and fresh socks in Santa's stocking.
Oh, God.
It worked.
All I want for Christmas is a new defender.
I think all you should want for Christmas is Luka Kardashian to start scoring goals.
You know what?
There's one for you, Doug.
I'm sure Doug is ecstatic with that. But what we'll do, we'll end the stream now anyway.
I'm pretty sure you and Reece are as well, but I'm just sick and tired of City and Liverpool dominance. This makes me violently ill.
Well, to be fair, I've seen the most ridiculous tweet today by far. Maisy's already seen it. Fucking a City fan saying he doesn't care. Like, he knows he's right. He says Trent Alexander-Arnold is the second best right back of all time, and I was like, drugs really are showing important right now, like, because Trent Alexander-Arnold doesn't even make the top 10.
Yes, let's end it there anyway. We'll end it there. I just want to say thank you to Reece and Nipper for coming on, and big shout out to Rich, who came on a bit earlier on. His YouTube, if you didn't catch it, is Eagle Eyed Football, Crystal Palace Football. And we'll shout out both Reece's and Nippen's socials. We'll start with you, Reece. Where can we find you?
You can find me at Puppet Master. Just kidding. You can find me right here at Devil's Rising on Twitter. You can find me on the weekly Armchair Sports Talk. You can find me on Rich's channel, Causing Carnage. You can find me on Doug's channel on a Monday night at 7, although we're now on a Christmas break. That's going to be awkward. That's going to be crap. And then you'll find me next week beating everybody on Rich's quiz.
Sounds great. And what I've done as well in terms of Reece's Twitch and YouTube, I'm not too sure who you're up against, but in terms of Reece's Twitch and YouTube, I have put in the description below, and he's actually pretty decent with his FIFA, by the way, so if you want to catch that, you can. Nippon, where can we find you?
I knew that was going to come up eventually.
You can find me on Instagram, Nippon with 4 I's and 3 U's. You can find me on my food blog at Nippon Reviews Cuisines. You can find me on Twitter at the Nippon Sharma. You can find me on Twitch at Sharma Talks Lifestyle. And you can find me on YouTube on the British Lifestyle Blogger and my main channel, which is just Nippon Sharma, my name. And yeah. I'm not uploading that much because I'm on holiday. But when I get back, I'll be back to more regular uploads.
I can't wait for that quiz next week. Brad's going to get absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, everyone go and tune in for Rich Sport for that quiz. It's going to be such a good quiz. I'm going to go live again on Sunday. I'm going to do 2 streams on Sunday. I'll be doing a match reaction for our Manchester United women versus Aston Villa women, the last game before the Christmas break. And I'll be also doing a watch along for AC Milan versus Napoli. So go and tune in for both of them. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I'm on the road for 400 subscribers, so let's make sure we do hit that 400 subscriber mark. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in today. I can see there's been a few new faces, so thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all very soon. Goodbye for now.
Bye.